So we are going to take t-shirts and we're going to make t-shirt yarn. And I'm going to show you how. I've got the t-shirt on a board. This is going to help so I can flip it as I cut because we want one continuous string. And so I'm going to cut about 1 inch thick because it'll get thinner. I'm going to cut all the way across and I'm going to flip it. Keeping it on a board is going to help you not accidentally cut through both sides. So you just keep going around and around and around. The tricky part is going to be when you get up here. But we can use all of this with just a few scraps, and I'm going to show you some pictures of that. Once you get the entire t-shirt cut, you're going to start rolling it up. Until you have a ball kind of like this. So this is a lot of yarn. If you want to keep up with several different balls of yarn, I've got some sacks, or find a sack or something and you can keep them in that. Write your name on it and you've got a bag of yarn. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you how to weave onto a hoop. I've started by taking some just wool yarn that I had and I have tied it onto the hoop. And I'm going to crisscross the hoop a few times. I'm going to wrap it around like that. Tie it back across, going right through the center. I'm going to do this about 4 or 5 times. So I have gone around it 4 times, and so it's given me 8 pie shapes. And now I'm going to start weaving my t-shirt yarn into this design. I'm going to start by taking the end of the t-shirt. You might want to cut it so it's tapered. That'll make it easier to tie. And I'm going to tie it under here, and I'm just going to go through the middle and tie all those together like that. So in weaving, you have 2 parts to a woven project. You have the warp and the weft. The part that you put on first is called the warp, and we take the yarn and we weave that over and under, creating the weft, and that is how you get a woven project. So I'm going to take the ball of yarn and I'm going to go under, over, under, over, under, over. It's working right now with the entire ball, but as I get some built onto this, I'm probably going to have to take the yarn off or work with shorter pieces. So now that I've gone around a few times, I can take this and pull it a little bit tighter. And now I'm going to keep working. Once you get to the point where you've run out of yarn, you can take another color. Notice how it's kind of cut to a point, and you take 2 colors and you can tie them together. I'm just doing a box knot and I'm pulling it real tight so it doesn't unravel. And then you can continue going over and under. Now, over and under doesn't really work the same when you have an even number of warps. So something I'm having to do is periodically skip 2 of the warps, and that'll get it back to where it's going over and under again. Another cool technique you can do is take the yarn and go over and pull it under and wrap it around the warp like that. Bring it over here, go over and under this way and wrap it around. It'll give a really interesting effect on both sides of the project. And it kind of helps make the yarn look thicker and fuller. I'm going to get the twist out of it. Go across, pull it back under. So I'm just kind of getting the twists out of it as I work. So you guys keep adding and changing out colors and go all the way till you get to the end. So here's what the front of the project looks like when it's finished. And here's what the back looks like. It'll make little ridges like that. So I'm going to show you, if you would like to add fringe, how to do that. What I've done is taken some pieces of the t-shirt yarn and cut them into equal lengths. I'm going to fold it in half, put it on both sides of the ring, and then pull a piece through. Okay, and I'm just going to continue this step all the way around.